All right, I promised. It was quick. See, I don't lie to you guys. I care, literally. I mean, I care for you. In any case, so great matchup we have going on. Rise and aoX, of course, Golden Boy here, joined by Maze's Realm, or just Maze, as I'm calling him, trying to give him that little short name. You know, like I don't say Maven, I say Mave, or like Scott, like Gandhi said, we just say call him Mave. You know.
Well, funny story, actually. That is my nickname, is Maze. So you're right on the money, buddy.
There you go. There you go. That's great.
Right
All right. So let's go ahead and hop into it now. Search and destroy on Octane. And I got to say, this is looking interesting here. This is where AR play is going to come into the fold. And Mud Dog and Fears, Mud Dog and Fears are definitely going to be looking rather good. Doubt's going to get that pick. Mud Dog takes out Looney with this hybrid AR here that he's rocking, and he's going to go ahead and drop that bomb, and that's going to do it. 1-0 as Sin takes out Pac-Man.
A 1-0 and a teammates for aoX to start. That is a statement that they're making right there. And they're playing angry already here on Octane. And the thing I like about Octane Search and Destroy is that people are always saying, well, you know, Bravo's the favored side. Everybody goes to Bravo. But if you have a smart team, they will know exactly how to utilize the sightlines on the map to their advantage. And that hybrid class by that player there from aoX, Mud Dog, there we go, had a perfect loadout for the situation.
Oh, it's going to be a shot. Looney misses that snipe, though, and that would have been huge if they got that pick. But wait a minute. One player on the flank. Wheats needs to be careful because there was going to be a player behind him, actually, up top pawn. You saw him there right at the corner of your screen. And it seems like Wheats is going to move up, and he might be able to get this pick. He finds one. That's going to be a kill there on Mud Dog. And now it's going to be a 2v3. Looney and Wheats having to work together here. One guy's going to be located by gas, one top motel. And let's see what's going on here. We actually have 2 by B, so this is going to be rather interesting. Now it's going to be a 2v2 with that shot there that Looney managed to get. Let's see what Wheats is going to do as he puts on some shots. Bomb's going to be down over by B.
Yeah, and it's in an actual precarious spot, actually, because they're going to really have to work together to be able to pick up this bomb and these picks. And they're starting to run out of time because that bomb is being completely overlooked here by the players from aoX, excuse me. And right now, Wheats will pick up a kill. So now that bomb is open, and he's going to have enough time to pick it up. Perfect there by Rise to be able to close that round out and tie it up.
The thing about Octane is you have so many angles that you have to worry about. So many head glitches, and ARs thrive in head glitches, especially when you have AR with a red dot. So when you have a Remington rocking with the red dot muzzle brake, I mean, you're gonna be hard pressed to lose those battles. It will be very surprising if you do. And that was just great positioning there out of aoX on that play, or excuse me, out of Rise on that play. But let's go ahead and follow the attacking side and see what's going on with Crowster and crew as they're gonna push B. And you were talking about this before. You said, you know, a lot of players like to push B. I just think B is it's just safe. It's a safe place to plan.
It is safe to some extent, but you have to also be wary of the fact that if you challenge gunfights, you might get sniped or something like that, and that's something you have to be worried about. But Crowster, not worried at all. He's going to get this bomb down, and he's got plenty of teammates to help him out there. And now they've got the time on their side.
Yeah. Looking, I actually wanted to see the sight lines that Rise ended up having there. Doubt and Crow by themselves, 2v3. Wheats, Pac-Man, and Fears facing off against Doubt and Crow. You got 2 members of Rise actually pushing out. One actually going to be located right by that bomb site. Wow. That's going to put the pressure here on Crow. That player's going to come up the staircase. That's going to be a good kill for him. Hipfire MTAR. One guy's on top of the bus actually rotating around, and he's going to come through the bottom. That's going to be a stop as well. Now it's going to be up to Wheats. 1v2 as he gets picked off. That's going to be Doubt there for the kill, making it 2-1 as aoX is going to manage to take the 3rd round here.
Yeah, and when you have the clock working against you, it makes you make some strange little mistakes and not notice things. And that's exactly why 2-1 is the lead right now by Team aoX. Not that Rise made any mistakes necessarily, but they just didn't have the clock on their side.
Yeah, I mean, it's also that COD timing too. I mean,
it
you know, that
really
always plays a factor. I mean, you have to think the way that Wheats played that last play, he anticipated a player to be poking out top motel and being able to take him out. Looney, though, taking out Sin right away, and that's going to be first blood there in favor of Rise. But Crowster, he actually takes out Wheats on that one. So in any case, though, I mean, great reads overall by both teams there as they managed to tie it up. Now 1 minute and 4 seconds on the clock. Still a lot of time to work with. Let's see what's going on with the bomb carrier, who's Pac-Man. There's a player right on the opposite side of that wall.
Yeah, and this is perfect positioning so far. There is a player that's overextending to the other side, and I believe that was Looney that is now coming back a little bit towards that strip club. But look at Mud Dog picking up Pac-Man as he was trying to lay down that bomb, and now Pac-Man is going to be watching that bomb like a hawk, and it's a 3v2 situation here.
Yeah, that was actually a great play from Mud Dog, because you saw him do that before, and I believe it was Looney or Wheats actually pushed up top pawn. They got to anticipate that he's there, or at least I would think so. One guy's going to be back, and now they're doing the same thing that Vex did to them, where the second that bomb gets planted, that player is going to creep around the corner and take him out. There you go. That bomb, as soon as he plants it, watch. This player is actually going to just follow him right around the wall. That's going to be Kroster. Planting. Kroster peeks, finds one. That's going to be a kill, and that's pretty much going to be the round there in favor of aoX. Just a good plan and a well thought out strategy, or well executed strategy by Kroster.
Yeah, and it was last minute plans, really, because they had to adapt to playing the clock and how the enemy positioning was, and they played it beautifully. They really did. And now they're starting to get a commanding lead here, Golden Boy. 3-1. Still very much not out of it is Team Rise, but they need to start regrouping here. And hey, you never know. Mixing up some of these strategies might help you out too.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I do got to point out, though, and Doubt looking to get this snipe as a player. Oh, he almost crept up around the corner. One thing I just want to point out is just how aoX played that, right? They knew they had the front covered. They knew no one was going to be flanking around them. They had it. They knew that the two members of Rise were going to be pinned at the back right by the satellite truck. And there was just no option that they had there. That was just well executed Call of Duty. But now Wheats, he's actually going to get pick off, I should say. Sin, Kroster creeping up on the bomb. This could be a plant for him, as Doubt's going to try and linger around the bottom side here of Bottom Hotel, anticipating a player potentially right around the corner because his teammate ended up getting picked off. Now it's going to be a 4v2, Mud Dog and Doubt working together. Mud Dog's going to get picked off 1v3.
Yeah, it's looking like a very hard job for Doubt to be able to clean this up. Obviously, he won't be able to. Too many players conveying there in that position, and that is going to be a 3-2 game. So now just a 1-round differential between these two teams. So it can really get interesting here very, very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Rise, they don't give up. They don't say quit. I'm looking for Pac-Man and Fearzo to step it up for this team. Let's actually go ahead and jump over to them, see what they're going to do. Seems like Pac-Man was opting to run that sniper, but I think his teammate Looney was like, no, I got this. Wonder why they're not going to the Humvee right away. That would have been a good idea. Oh, but those snipes were missed on both ends there. Kroster ends up killing his own teammate, and that could be just that saving grace that this team needed to be able to tie this one back.
Yeah, absolutely. And those mistakes come back to haunt you because it's a 4v3 situation and no shots were really having to be fired by Team Rise. And now Pac-Man on the prowl, getting that bomb down. He's got a teammate on top pawn. And now it's a 4v2 situation. This one is going to be in the bags.
Yep, and Pac-Man's going to be able to close out that kill there. 1v3, bomb down. Doubt dealing with a lot here as he was able to pick off Wheat's top pawn. Now there's going to be some activity back by the Humvee near the club. But Doubt wants to be able to pick him off there with a grenade. Not going to happen, though, as he creeps around the corner. He won't find anyone. One guy actually by B bomb site, and that will be reckless there because he's going to get picked off. I shouldn't say it would be reckless if Doubt moved up on the B bomb site. He didn't see Pac-Man, but he saw him. He was able to take him out.
Pac-Man, the ninja by the bomb right there, and he's going to pick up that easy kill, as you mentioned.
3-3.
And now 3-3. We have seen a lot of tied games going into the 7th round of Search and Destroys in this tournament, and right now it's Rise and aoX head-to-head, but aoX is on offense, so maybe Rise has a little bit of advantage having that defensive round.
There we go. There's that Humvee push there by Doubt, and he's anticipating a player around the corner, but I would think at this point, Rise is smarter than that to know to push out in that route. Doesn't seem like they're left with many options as well. So that bomb will be focused on B, courtesy of Kroster. Let's jump over to him as he sends a nade out. And no connection there, but that is going to be a smoke. Okay, perfect. I like that smoke grenade because it actually clouds quite a bit here. and you
they,
can't see anything.
yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they played that well because they know that no one's really using, you know, the thermal sights right now, and they played that perfectly. They threw the smoke when they needed to, and now they've got the clock right on their side as they do pick up Fears,
Ooh.
and now Wheat. So that is going to make it a 3v2 situation now.
Yeah, that's right. And Sin takes out Looney now. Will be all up the pack. 2008 national champion going up against 3 members of aoX, finding one, finding a second, not going to happen as Sin takes him out with a Remington of his own. Pack almost had that, but Sin, he was there at the perfect time and he was able to close it out.
Yeah, that was almost going to be a turnaround shot right there, and he didn't quite get it as I had a little bit of a lag spike. But we're back
me
here,
too. We're
and
good.
It's an the 8th round here of Search and Destroy on Octane.
And I gotta
Looking
say,
good.
the way that aoX has been able to, play this, I mean, both teams, honestly, have just been truly incredible in this matchup, I have to say. And Rise in particular, just continuing to fight back. It seems like Crocer's having a great game here, and all members of aoX are playing solid. And Wheats, what a stop as he managed to find one. That's going to be his 8th kill.
Yes, it will be, and it's a 4v3 situation once again for Team Rise, as they are just being very patient for this Bravo plant to develop, and that's something that has really helped them. If they're patient and play for these picks, they usually can get on the board there very easily. Mud Dog is actually going to pick up one of those players, and that was Wheat, and now Pac-Man's going to move up, but he's got to be wary of the players that are already coming down to hunt that bomb down.
Yeah, actually, they didn't see him, but Mud Dog finds him. Oh, Pac-Man runs away as he just absorbs bullets like a sponge. He was hungry. He wanted to eat some bullets. But now Mud Dog, they are going to have to deal with a 1v2 Pac-Man by himself, AR in hand. Drops down. He has to hear this, but he's going to get taken out as he opts to go outside. And that's going to do it there. 5-3. aoX looking to close this one out and tie the series at 1-1.
And that's exactly what I want to be able to see from aoX. They lost a close one there in domination, and now they're wanting to tie this up here in S&D, and they're doing a good job so far of keeping Rise right at the edge of their seats right here. And Pac-Man is a huge reason why they're still in the game, but Fears needs to probably pick it up just a tiny bit to get his team a little bit more in this game here.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, if there is a player to do so, it certainly would be Fears, and Looney with a stop there on Mud Dog. Let's actually go ahead and jump over to the defensive side because you have Rise with their backs against the wall here. Not finding anyone on the club side is Pac-Man as he pushes forward. There will be one player, though, actually surrounding the club. That's actually going to be Doubt, and he will be inside of the club there. So Pac-Man should find him if he decides to go inside of the club. But there are going to be 3 members of aoX inside of the club. It seems like you are going to have an A push, and they know this because they have 3 bodies over by the B bomb site. This could be scary here for Rise if they're not careful, if they allow them to overextend into that A bomb site.
And Croster, guess what? He's arrived there. No shots were fired in his direction. Sneaky plays by them to overextend over to Alpha. Plenty of time left to be able to set this up, and now this advantage has really shifted in their behalf, and Rise has got the manpower too, but now they've got the clock against them.
Yeah, there's actually going to be one player back by the club, and Pac-Man doesn't see him. He is going to get picked off from behind. That's going to be a big win for them. As we jump over to aoX, bomb's going to go down. Doubt and Croster having to fight in this one. Croster by himself. If he manages to stay alive, he could win this matchup for his team. Finding one, that's going to be a kill. Dropping back, getting taken out though, and that will be Looney with the stop. 6-5 is his count as they manage to live to fight another day in this matchup here. Score will be 5-3, but Fears gets the defuse, and that would make it 5-4. Now going into the 10th round of play here. Man, what a game.
Rise adapted so well to that Alpha push. They got fooled, and then they came back and made a quick win out of that. And that's exactly what you have to do, and that's what determines if you're a good search and destroy team or one that falls on the side there. But look at this. Rise is on offense right now, and aoX has to be able to defend, and they're already expecting a Bravo push here, so they're conveniently on that side of the map.
Well, yeah, and of course, they don't have those eyes on the cross, though, because Looney had to drop back, and he's hoping to find a player, and I think he may have saw someone. Of course, we knew that he was there, so he went up top broken, but Looney, he's going to have to move around. They haven't lost anyone yet. First Blood's going to determine quite a bit in this matchup. If Looney creeps around the corner and finds a player of aoX in his sights, he will be able to take him out, and he's right next to him, and he has no idea. And the pressure that both of these players, both of these teams have to be feeling right now. aoX wanting to close this one out. Rise wanting to be able to fight back into that round 11. No First Blood just yet.
No First Blood just yet, and 30 seconds are about to be left on this clock. And this is really interesting because both teams have to be thinking, well, are they overextending? What are they doing? And right now, the advantage as far as manpower is going to go to Rise. There's one on top, Club, and he will take him out there. And now Doubt convening on that right side. 2v2.
2v2, Maze. And this is going to be insane because Pac-Man has that mid control. If this player decides to push out, which is Doubt, he's going to get him. But no, Pac-Man just eating for days, finally getting taken out by Sin. Now it's going to be a 1v1, Doubt versus Wheats. Two veterans facing off against one another. Wheats trying to bob and weave around this bus. Doubt, though, on the other hand, he's trying to make a play happen. Jumping over to Doubt, pressure is going to be on him. Wheats goes inside of the bottom motel and anticipating that someone's going to be pushing out, and Doubt clutches it, and he's going to be able to get this defuse, I believe so. And I think he picked it up right at that 7.4. Yes, he gets it. Oh, at that 0.5, 6-4 win for aoX. We're all tied up 1-1.
That was a nail-biting round right there. Amazing plays, and the clock was so close, but the bomb was defused in time, and that is how this series is going to be tied against aoX and the Rise Nation. Let's go.
What a game. What a game that was. Like you said, 1-1 in the count. So we're moving on to Blitz next, and I have to say, I can't call it. It's going to be a very, very tough matchup, and depending on the map, it could swing either way. So guys, you're not going to want to miss game number 3, Blitz, coming up next. It's going to be a good one. Rise going up against aoX. Winner moves on to the next round of the losers semis, if I'm correct. And of course, at the end of the trail, you have Erupt waiting for these teams to get there. Who is going to meet Erupt in the loser bracket finals and find their way into season 2 of the MLG COD League? Find out after this.